On November 6, 2025, the White House was abuzz with anticipation as a major announcement was about to unfold. The press had gathered, cameras were rolling, and the world's attention was fixed on the iconic building. President Trump, flanked by leading healthcare professionals and key administration officials, was poised to unveil a significant new initiative. The plan aimed to make obesity drugs more affordable and accessible to millions of Americans, a move that had been eagerly awaited by both the public and the medical community. But just as the president began to speak, the unexpected happened. A guest standing directly behind him suddenly lost consciousness and collapsed, bringing the event to an abrupt halt. The room, which had been filled with excitement and focus on policy, was instantly overtaken by concern and confusion. Journalists, staff, and officials looked on in shock as medical personnel rushed to assist. The atmosphere shifted dramatically, with everyone's attention now centered on the well-being of the guest, rather than the policy announcement. In a matter of moments, reporters and members of the press were quickly and quietly ushered out of the Oval Office, allowing space for emergency responders to provide immediate care. The incident was a stark reminder of the unpredictability of live events, even in the most controlled and prestigious settings. No amount of planning could have prepared anyone for such a sudden turn of events. For a brief but powerful moment, the usual focus on politics and policy faded away. Instead, the human element, the shared concern for a fellow person, became the center of attention. The event was immediately paused, and all efforts shifted toward ensuring the guest received the necessary medical attention. The well-being of the individual became the top priority for everyone present. The swift, unified response from officials, staff, and medical personnel demonstrated a genuine sense of care and solidarity in the face of crisis. What was meant to be a landmark day for healthcare policy instead became a story about vulnerability, compassion, and the unpredictable nature of life, even in the heart of American power. In the end, it was compassion and humanity that took center stage in one of the world's most famous rooms, reminding everyone that behind every headline there are real people and real moments that matter. The event was meant to tackle the high cost of popular weight loss drugs in the U.S. President Trump gathered pharmaceutical leaders to announce a deal lowering prices for GLP-1 agonists like Ozempic and Wegovy. The new government-run website, TrumpRx, would let Americans buy these drugs for as little as $149 a month. This was a major win for consumers and a highlight of the administration's efforts to control healthcare costs. The Oval Office setting signaled the national importance of the initiative. Executives and officials filled the room to celebrate the deal. The mood was optimistic, focused on the benefits TrumpRx would bring. The event was set to showcase a successful public-private partnership. Before the interruption, everything was proceeding smoothly. The stage was set for a landmark healthcare announcement. President Trump presided over the event from the iconic Resolute Desk, setting the tone for what would become a pivotal moment in healthcare policy. His presence at the center of the room was both symbolic and strategic, as he prepared to announce a major initiative that would impact millions of Americans. Surrounding him were the key architects of the deal, advisors, executives, and government officials, each playing a crucial role in bringing the agreement to life. Among them, David Ricks, CEO of Eli Lilly, took the podium. As the face of one of the nation's largest pharmaceutical companies, Ricks spoke passionately about the industry's renewed commitment to making life-saving medications more affordable and accessible to all. Also present was Dr. Mehmet, who had recently taken on the role of CMS administrator. Known for his medical expertise and public health advocacy, Dr. Oz's presence signaled a new era of collaboration between medicine and policy. As Ricks addressed the audience, an unexpected incident unfolded. A guest suddenly fainted, causing a ripple of concern throughout the room. Without hesitation, Dr. Oz sprang into action, moving swiftly to provide medical assistance. Behind the president stood a diverse group of executives and officials from leading healthcare organizations, all united by a shared goal of reforming the system. The individual who fainted was a guest affiliated with the Eli Lilly delegation, underscoring the personal stakes involved in the day's announcement. Though not a public figure, his presence was a reminder that the initiative was supported by a broad coalition, patients, advocates, and industry leaders alike, each with their own stories and hopes for change. The Oval Office was filled with a unique blend of government staff, industry executives, and policymakers, all bearing witness to both the historic announcement and the sudden emergency that unfolded. Dr. Oz's rapid response highlighted the critical importance of having experienced medical professionals on hand, especially at high-profile events where anything can happen. The spirit of collaboration in the room was unmistakable, not just in shaping policy, but in responding to real-life crises as they arose. The drama of the moment revealed the human side of leadership, as officials and executives set aside protocol to ensure the well-being of everyone present. In an instant, the focus shifted from policy debates to personal concern, reminding everyone that behind every decision are real people whose lives are directly affected. For about 30 minutes, the event ran smoothly. Guests stood behind President Trump as CEO David Ricks spoke. Suddenly, a man in the back row, later identified as Gordon, lost his balance and collapsed. The moment, caught on camera, shifted the room's energy from formality to urgency. Those nearby rushed to help, and Ricks paused his speech. The Oval Office's focus turned to the medical emergency. White House aides quickly cleared the press to give privacy and space for care. The doors closed, leaving the public waiting for updates. The carefully planned event was derailed in seconds. The main concern became the guests' condition. The incident was a stark reminder that even historic settings are not immune to real-life emergencies. The announcement was put on hold as everyone waited for news. The response to the collapse was immediate and professional. In a matter of seconds, the atmosphere in the room shifted from routine to urgent, as staff and security recognized the seriousness of the situation. Every second counted, and the team's training was put to the test. Dr. Mehmet Oz, drawing on his extensive medical background and experience in high-pressure situations, rushed to the guest's side without hesitation. His swift action was a testament to his commitment to helping others, regardless of the setting. He and several others carefully lowered the man to the floor, working together to prevent further injury. Their teamwork and clear communication ensured the guest was handled with care and caution. Dr. Oz immediately took charge, directing first aid and instructing others to elevate the man's feet to help restore circulation. These quick, decisive actions are critical in medical emergencies, and Dr. Oz's leadership was evident. The calm, coordinated effort of the team showed remarkable composure under pressure. No one panicked. Instead, each person focused on their role, creating an environment of order amid chaos. Within moments, the White House medical team arrived on the scene, ready to take over. Their rapid response demonstrated the high level of preparedness maintained at such high-profile events. These professionals are always on standby for such emergencies, trained to respond to any crisis that may arise, no matter how unexpected. Their presence ensured the guest received expert care from the very first moments of the incident, minimizing risks and maximizing the chances of a positive outcome. Security staff quickly moved to remove the press from the immediate area, protecting the guest's privacy and allowing medical responders to work without distraction or interference from cameras and onlookers. The White House staff managed the situation with dignity and respect, supporting the medical team and ensuring the event continued in as orderly a fashion as possible. The incident was handled as a model of crisis management, with every protocol followed and every team member performing their duties seamlessly. Throughout the ordeal, the focus remained squarely on the guests' health and safety, not on the spectacle or the disruption to the event. The quick thinking and decisive action of Dr. Oz and the entire response team were widely praised by officials and attendees alike, highlighting the importance of having skilled professionals on hand. The professionalism and calm on display reassured everyone present, helping to ease anxiety and restore a sense of safety in the room. The event's tone shifted instantly from celebration to concern, but the exemplary response ensured that the situation was handled with the utmost care and attention. The guests' well-being became the top priority for everyone involved, with all resources directed toward their recovery and comfort. Thanks to the swift, coordinated response, the situation was brought under control quickly and effectively, serving as a powerful reminder of the value of preparedness and professionalism in moments of crisis. After the guest received care, President Trump returned to address the press. He calmly explained that a guest had fainted, reassuring everyone that the individual was safe. The president downplayed the severity, saying, "He got a little bit lightheaded." Trump emphasized that such incidents can happen, especially in warm, crowded rooms. He confirmed the guest was fine and being looked after by doctors. This direct update helped resolve the immediate drama. The president's calm demeanor helped manage the narrative. The event was formally concluded, with the focus returning to the policy announcement. Trump's statement provided closure and reassurance. The press and public were left with a sense of relief. The main takeaway: the guest was safe, and the event's purpose remained intact. Afterward, officials explained the likely cause of the fainting. The guest had been standing for about 30 minutes in a warm, crowded Oval Office. Prolonged standing can cause blood to pool in the legs, leading to fainting. The heat from lights and the crowd made conditions tougher. This type of fainting, called vasovagal syncope, is common and usually not serious. David Ricks confirmed the guest fainted due to standing too long in a warm room. Earlier in the year, a similar incident occurred during Dr. Oz's swearing-in. Both cases were attributed to the environment, not underlying health issues. The guests recovered quickly, highlighting the importance of monitoring conditions at crowded events. Fainting can happen to anyone, even in the Oval Office. Despite the drama, the main message was clear. Trump Rx would make weight loss drugs affordable for millions. The administration's deal with pharmaceutical companies meant GLP-1 drugs could be purchased for $140 a month. This was a huge reduction from typical prices, making treatment accessible to more Americans. The event showcased a successful public-private partnership. Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt reiterated the Trump Rx plan's details after the incident. The administration emphasized the importance of this deal for public health and family finances. The story of the day remained focused on this policy victory. Lower drug prices were the headline, not the interruption. The White House quickly provided updates on the guest's health. Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt confirmed the guest was okay after a brief medical event. David Ricks, CEO of Eli Lilly, told reporters his colleague Gordon was doing great. The White House medical staff was praised for their rapid response. An initial mix-up about the guest's identity was quickly resolved. The focus returned to the positive news of the guest's recovery. The incident turned out to be minor, caused by common environmental factors. Dr. Oz, President Trump, and staff ensured the guest's safety. The event became a footnote to a major policy announcement. The happy ending allowed everyone to refocus on the healthcare news. The day's real story: a policy win and a guest's swift recovery.